Hello and welcome to Phonlab campus. I'm your instructor MJ, and in this tutorial we're going to learn all about jailbreaking. That's right, jailbreaking, and we're going to jailbreak this iPhone 6s Plus. We're also going to go over some of the best resources out there so that you can get the right information and that you can do the right jailbreak. Let's get involved. Okay, so here we are. We're going to show you guys a couple of great resources for you and for jailbreaking your iDevice, specifically iPhone for this tutorial. And the first one that I want to cover is IPSW Central. Here it is. You can just head over to ipswcentral.com, and it basically gives you a lot of really good information here, and I'm going to go over what some of it is. The first one is firmware, and so it's going to list what is publicly available right now, and for iOS it's 10.1.1, and then of course it's got the signing status. They've started signing their packages here from a few updates back, but for the purposes of this video guide, this is what is important, and that is the jailbreak status. So the jailbreak status right now stands as this: you can jailbreak 9.0 to 0.2 are jailbroken, and that's for 32-bit and 64-bit devices, 64-bit being the higher end devices like the iPhone 6. And so if you're on a 64-bit device only, you have jailbreak options available to you all the way up to 9.3.3. But when we click on jailbreak status here, it'll go from the most current version all the way down. So as you can see here, there's no jailbreak for everything all the way below, all the way to 9.3.4. So before you get started in jailbreaking your device, you need to figure out which iOS version you're on. So if you're on anything above 9.3.3, there's no jailbreak yet. And so this, if you're on 9.2 to 9.3.3 or lower, there's a jailbreak. Now, obviously, you want to be on the most current firmware version that there is a jailbreak for, and that has to do with the apps working. And we'll go over some of that when we get into the actual jailbreak itself. So this is IPSW Central. We just recommend you bookmark that page. And now the second place to go is a channel. It's actually on YouTube. It's run by a guy named George. And we've been watching this guy for quite some time, and he's got some really excellent tutorials, and he's actually very smart. He knows a lot about iOS, and he's doing a lot of great work over here. He does everything from Mac OS tutorials to jailbreak news to some iCloud bypass research, and I'm on a key research here because some people head over to his thread and they think that they can bypass iCloud and they got a fully working device. I'll just leave it there. You can head over to his website and he'll talk to you more about that, and if you read his fact page. But anyway, what we're specifically talking about here is jailbreak news. So what you can do if you go over to iDevice Central is you can simply go to the playlists here, and when you do, you're going to find iOS jailbreak news or jailbreak updates here. And when you click on this,
Most people don't
it will go ahead and it will, he goes over some of the stuff that's in beta development that people are trying to test, some folks out there that are trying to develop jailbreaks. So there's a lot of good information here. He's a trusted resource when it comes to finding out this information. And of course, you can go to IPSW Central as well. Okay, so with that said, let's jailbreak this iPhone 6s Plus. Okay, so here we are on the device, and the first thing you need to do is you need to make sure that you qualify for this jailbreak. So you're going to go into Settings and About, and right here you can see that this is on 9.3.2. It's 13F69, and so this is a phone that we can jailbreak. So now we're going to head over to the computer and we're going to do the jailbreak. Okay, so here we are back on the computer, and I'm going to go over a couple of safety tips here for you so you don't end up doing the wrong jailbreak. It's always best to use trusted resources. This is stuff like IPSW Central, iDevice Central over on YouTube. There's a lot of misinformation and a lot of fake stuff that is online that will tell you they can jailbreak, and in fact, it's just for generating clicks or having you fill out surveys. So make sure you stay with the places that actually have the real info here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to jailbreak this iPhone. We're going to click on iPhone here. Excuse me, let's back up. We're going to click on jailbreak status. And what we're going to do is we're going to jailbreak 9.2.3. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Pangu, to the website here. And this is the jailbreak that we're going to be using for this device. Now, all you need to do is you need to click right here, download and help. Now, I'm going to go over the guide here real quick before we get started so that you understand what you got to click, what you got to do before we actually plug in the device here. So you want to download two things. The first thing that you want to download is you want to download this NVWA Stone. This is an IPA. You're going to download here. And then you're also going to download Cydia Impactor, which is right here. And what this does is this is basically the tool. You're going to drag this in here. We'll show you how to do it so that you can jailbreak. Now, the way this works is Cydia Impactor, basically it's used to sign the IPA file so that so that the Pangu will work. But you're going to have to use your Apple ID. So if for any reason you're one of those people that you don't want to use your Apple ID, well, you can't jailbreak. So if you want to try it out, you can create an alternate Apple ID, but you're going to have to use your Apple ID to get this done. Okay, so after that's done, remember that this jailbreak uses what's called a embedded certificate, and it's only good for about another 4 or 5 months. Basically, you want to choose this option because what it does is Pangu will, it's basically going to install an app that is signed by a revoked certificate. It's before April of 2017, so you don't have to reinstall the jailbreak. And then it goes over some other stuff here as far as limitations go. The certificate will expire in 7 days. If you get if your certificate gets expired, you just need to follow the guide to install the IPA again. So anyway, that's all been solved now, so you can run this all the way up until April of 2017. But basically, what we're going to do here is we're going to go into the jailbreak. I've already downloaded everything. If you're a student at Phonlab and you're going to add this to your phone repair folder, just go ahead and create a folder on your desktop. And you want to be very specific when you're, especially if you're doing a lot of repairs, you want to be very specific on what you're doing here. So what we're going to say is all uppercase like we do here at Phonlab, jailbreak, and say Pangu. 9.2 to 9.3. You can just put 9.2. Okay, so once that's done, I want you to drag Cydia Impactor and drag this in here, and then we got a working folder. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and unzip Impactor here. We're going to extract here. And then the next thing you're going to do is with your iPhone powered on, you're going to plug in, and on your device, it's going to ask you if you want to trust the computer or not. Obviously, you want to click trust. And then once you've done that, then we need to drag this. What we're going to do here first is we need to run the actual application. It's an exe file here. And just to go back, just to kind of go over what Pangu does here, it actually works on, this would work on any computer. Now, when you're downloading Cydia Impactor, you do have to choose which computer you're on, whether you're on a Mac or Windows, or if you're really high speed and you're on a Linux device. So anyway, so we're going to go back into this folder, and what we want to do is we want to double click impactor.exe. And once you've done that, what you need to do is you need to drag this IPA into here, okay? And now you need to type in your Apple ID. So it has to be your Apple ID. We're going to go ahead and type that in, and then we'll come right back. Okay, so once you have your Apple ID in, it's going to go ahead and process, and it's going to basically give you this warning sign, which is going to tell you that this action is basically going to, it's like a disclaimer. So you're just going to click OK. And then once you're done, it's going to go ahead and sign that, and it's going to install it on the device. It's really that simple. It's there's not a whole lot of technical things going on here when it comes to jailbreaking your device. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the phone, and then we'll finish up this guide.
So here we are back on iPhone, and there's one more step that you need to do before you run the application, and we'll just show you. We have the application right there, which is you do have to go into General, which is under Settings. So you're going to open up Settings, go into General, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see Device Management. It's going to show your Apple ID. We're not going to go through that here because we don't want to show our Apple ID. What you're going to do is you're going to touch on that email, your Apple ID, and you're going to trust this application right here. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click on this. And what it's going to tell you to do, it's going to tell you to press Start. We're going to go ahead and do that. And it's going to say press the lock screen and wait a few seconds. Okay, and what it basically says here is jailbreak already succeeded, but it still needs a few minutes to install Cydia and respring. So we're going to go ahead and swipe here, and then it's going to install Cydia, and there we have it. We have a jailbroken iPhone, and that's it for this guide on how to jailbreak iPhone and understanding jailbreaks. If you have any questions, leave your comments below. You can also send us an email, phonlabtech@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.